Freedom, he's out. Young Thug, the rapper who once stared down a mountain of charges and a potential life sentence, is breathing free air again. It's a twist nobody saw coming, a plot turn worthy of a Hollywood thriller. But this is no movie, this is the American justice system, where justice and injustice often play a deadly game of hide and seek. Young Thug's release is a victory, but it's a victory soaked in the bitter reality of what could have been. It's a reminder that in the land of the free, freedom often comes at a price. And sometimes that price is your life. But before we pop the champagne, let's rewind the tape. Let's go back to the beginning of this legal nightmare. Because to understand the sweetness of freedom, you have to taste the bitterness of confinement. 40 years. That's longer than Young Thug's been alive. 40 years, a life sentence by any other name. That's the shadow that hung over the rapper's head. Accusations of gang activity, racketeering, conspiracy. The charges were stacked higher than a skyscraper. The prosecution painted a picture of a criminal mastermind, a puppet master pulling the strings of a vast criminal enterprise. The evidence, they claimed, was overwhelming. But something didn't feel right. There was a whiff of desperation in the air, a sense that the prosecution was overreaching, that they were trying to make an example out of Young Thug. And then a glimmer of hope emerged from the shadows, a beacon of light in the form of a man named Brian Steele. Brian Steele isn't just a lawyer, he's a force of nature, a legal gladiator who thrives in the arena of the courtroom. He's known for his sharp wit, his relentless pursuit of justice, and his uncanny ability to dismantle the prosecution's case piece by piece. Steele saw through the smoke and mirrors of the prosecution's case. He smelled the fear, the ambition that drove them to build a case on shaky foundations. He knew that Young Thug was facing not just the law, but a system designed to keep people like him down. With the tenacity of a bulldog, Steele went to work. He challenged every piece of evidence, exposed every inconsistency, and painted a very different picture of Young Thug. A picture of a young man who had risen from poverty to achieve success through his music. A picture of an artist, not a criminal. Section 4, the Atlanta Labyrinth. The Atlanta court system, like many across America, is a labyrinth of its own. A place where justice is often blind in the worst possible way. A place where the scales of justice are often tipped in favor of those with power and influence. Stories of corruption, of judges in the pockets of prosecutors, of evidence planted and witnesses coerced, are whispered in hushed tones. It's a system that often feels rigged against the poor, the marginalized, the people of color who find themselves caught in its web. Young Thug's case, with its high profile and celebrity defendant, shone a spotlight on the flaws of this system. It forced people to confront the uncomfortable truth that justice is not always served, that sometimes the innocent are punished while the guilty walk free. Section 5, a glimmer in the darkness. But even in the darkest of times, hope has a way of finding its way through the cracks. And in Young Thug's case, that hope came in the form of a plea deal. Not the 40-year monstrosity that had loomed over him, but a deal that would see him walk free. The details of the deal are still shrouded in secrecy. But one thing is clear. Brian Steele had worked his magic. He had managed to negotiate a deal that defied the odds, a deal that gave Young Thug his life back. It's a bittersweet victory, a reminder that sometimes the best way to fight an unjust system is to find a way to survive it. But it's a victory nonetheless. Section 6, Justice, a moving target. Young Thug is free, but his story is far from over. The scars of this ordeal will likely stay with him forever. And the larger fight, the fight for a justice system that truly lives up to its name, continues. So what do you think? Was justice served? Is this a victory for Young Thug or a testament to the flaws of the system? Let us know in the comments below. Because this isn't just about Young Thug, it's about all of us. It's about the kind of world we want to live in, the kind of justice we demand.